Hey guys, today we are going to talk about animation and we're going to start doing a little logo reveal. I think the easiest way to kind of get started diving into this world is with Canva. You can sign up for a free plan. It doesn't cost anything. You just, you log in, you create an account, and it gives you access to some pretty cool intro to animation kind of capabilities. So here is the kind of the landing page, is the home page. I uploaded in a folder in the announcements, a zip folder. And in that folder, there we go, you'll see a couple different options for logos that you can use. You don't have to use these if you have one of your own logos that you want to use, or even an own design. It doesn't have to be a logo, but just something to kind of animate and bring in. So here we have our sort of Canva intro screen. What I'm going to do here is click create. And for this assignment, you can either do video landscape or you can do mobile video. I'm going to click on mobile video just because it's easy. I mean, they're the same sort of layout. The thing that I kind of want you to look at is this timeline. I want to get this out of here. I want you to have this sort of video timeline here so we can kind of see our layers and how things start to animate and when they kind of animate. This is a really important feature with, bringing animation to your work. Sort of every program has some basic kind of timeline bar on the bottom here. And this is really kind of how long your animation is, when are elements going to kind of come into play, and how are they going to, animate on screen, like what kind of effect is on it. So this is really important for timing and basic overall animation. So if you pick one of those logos in those folders, you'll see they kind of look like these. These are three options in here. We're going to start to animate some of these. So I'm going to pick this one. This type, you might, when you open it, it might look like this, have like a pink box around it. So I'm double clicking in because it's all grouped. So I have this layer here. I'll pull it out so you can check it out. I'm going to zoom in. So it's all grouped together, and this typeface is not loaded on my computer. That's why it has this pink box. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click into it a couple times until I can select the type. And then I'm just going to select a typeface that I have on my computer. You can pick anything you want if you don't have what is already loaded on there. So I went with this one. This one is called Violetta. Thought I had a nice kind of complementing shapes to this form up top. So this is the one that I'm going to start to, I'm going to delete this guy. I'm going to start to animate this. I'll bring this out. And so I have it all ungrouped. You can see that here. And it's all inside of Illustrator. So I'm opening these up in Illustrator. And one thing that I really like and I kind of discovered about Canva is you can copy. So I'm just going to do Command C, and I'm copying this green background layer. So you can copy and you can paste right from Illustrator directly into Canva. And you can see it uploads it here. It's showing me all the default templates now, but if I click on uploads, this is the shape that I just uploaded. So I'm going to just stretch this out. And there's a super simple background there. I like these colors, so I'm going to click on this too. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste this one in here again. And I'm going to do this. This is going to be, I'm going to use this as kind of a cool layered effect. And I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to paste it in here. And you can see each time I paste a new element, it adds a new row in our timeline. And so these are all going to be my cool background colors. And now that they're all in here, I'm going to select my top one. You can see this is how long the time. It has 10 seconds, 20 seconds. We're going to go to 10 seconds max on this one. So I'm going to select this top layer. It's this green, and I'm going to click animate. And so when I click on the animate bar up here, it's going to give me all of these kind of, presets on this side. And because this is the free version, it's going to give, we'll have access to all of these. but we won't be able to do all the adjustments that we might want. So I'm going to click on this. You can see it has this cool effect. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you can have the effect applied on enter, on exit, or on both. I'm going to do both. And then I'm just going to, okay, so these are the premium ones. So I'm going to unselect this when it goes. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. All right, so it's giving us one option. If you want to upgrade, you'll have all these other choices, but this is fine for now. So we have this green. I'm going to shrink, so I'm just clicking and dragging the edges of this box because I want it to be a pretty quick element in here. So I'm going to slide this on the top timeline. And you can see it changes this. I'm going to get the yellow out of here too, just sliding it over. And then this little triangle on the top, this is called your playhead. So I'm going to bring this over. So this is what my animation kind of looks like when it starts. So I'm going to start with this yellow, with this green. We're going to have it fade in, and then I want it to fade out pretty quick. So you can see I'm just sort of sliding the playhead really kind of slowly over. And you can see right here the time, so that's 1 second of animation. It goes, whoop, kind of fades in and it fades out. And as it fades out, I'm going to bring my yellow layer over. Slide it. I kind of want it to start right when we fade out, so I don't want the green, the dark green in there just yet. Pull this back. Pull my yellow in there. So we start like that. We're going to do on exit. We're changing the top one to exit. So it's going to start solid green. It's going to fade to yellow. And I want the yellow to be really quick. So I'm going to slide this over. I'm going to go to about, I'm going to try to get it to 3. I think it just jumped up to 7, but that should be okay. Alright, so we've got this quick pop of yellow in here. I'm going to go up to animate for that as well. And then when my yellow color comes in, I'm going to do this ink. And then I want it on both. And then I'm going to push play and test it. So it's really fast, but it comes in. Quick little kind of yellow pop there, and then I'm going to bring my dark green layer back over so we never end up on that white screen. So we go light green, yellow, and there. That's kind of a cool, almost like a light leak from a camera effect happening. And now that's how I want to start my intro. And I'm going to go back to Illustrator, and I'm going to grab this first leaf. I'm not going to grab the whole thing, so I've ungrouped it. So I'm going to grab the first leaf, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm just going to paste it in. You can see it came in kind of large, so I'm going to select it. Kind of floats in there, so it just uploaded. And I'm going to click and drag it down. It's kind of fitting my board. I'm going to put it right about there. Now that that's in here, I'm going to go to animate again, and I'm going to pick a cool effect, because this is all about grow, the type. It's going to say growth on the bottom. So I'm going to kind of want something, maybe it'll rise up, but I think we can do a little better. I'm going to try to see what we have. It could come up from the baseline, it could tumble in. So you have all of these presets, and if you hover over them, it gives you kind of a cool idea of what each one might do. Or how it, not what it might do, what it'll do. So we've got these guys. I'm going to pick this brush, and then you can see here it's in my timeline. I want it just on enter. And so now we go like this. We've got our little intro. Oh, hold on a second. That's kind of weird. It didn't give us didn't make a new layer for us. We paste it back in. All right, well, we'll leave it there for now. I'm not sure why. Usually it should be on its own layer, but that's not really going to bother this or affect this too much. So we have this. We're just running through our animation again one last time. We get that. I want it to come in right here is where I want it to start. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to drag it over. And then just to check the timing, we get our intro. Alright, so we'll animate it. And I liked the brush effect, so I'm going to click on this. And then I'm going to test it again. If you push spacebar, it'll also test your animation for you. So this is sort of what we've got going on here. That's pretty cool. We need to scale this down so we can fit everything. So we'll scale it. We'll put it right about there. All right. And now we have our first element in our timeline. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to grab this sort of half moon shape and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it in. Yeah, and you can see here it gave us a new layer here, so I don't know why our leaf didn't get its own layer. I'm going to scale it down. I'm going to zoom in. To zoom in, I just did Command T again. I'm going to place that right about there. That looks about right. I'm just going to get the placement pretty close. Alright, so now it's in here. That animates in. And now we've got our half moon shape. I'm going to select it. Oops, so we lost our background. I'm going to extend that all the way over so we have that there. So now we have our shape coming in. I'm going to click on animate to see how we're going to get this to come in here. And then let's see, what is spray? What does the spray look like? With the wipe. And what about sketch?